Start recording. Okay, session is being recorded. All right, so this question, I will do two methods. One, calculator. Two, formula. Okay, so the question is, because you already have chance to read the question, I'll go briefly. A contract can be fulfilled by making an immediate payment of 21,100. So this is the PV, present value. At the end of each month for 11 years. So 11 years equal to how many months? 11 times 12. 11 times 12. So N equal to 132 months. 132 months. Okay. And the question, what is the size of monthly payment? The question asks you, what is PMT? That is the question. And interest is compounded 10.2% monthly. Okay. So method one, calculator. So second, quit to clear any previous entries. Second, quit. And then PY equal to 12, CY equal to 12. Okay. So second PY 12, enter, and use down arrow key. CY is 12, enter. Second, quit. Okay. So 21,100, that is the present value. Okay. 21,100 PV, that is PV. Okay. 132 is N. 132 is N. Interest is 10.2. 10.2 is IY interest. Okay. So we entered 3 numbers. We need to enter 4 numbers. What is the other number we need to enter? 0 is FV. 0 is future value. Okay. So we entered 4 numbers. And then compute PMT. See, you get $266. This number here. Okay. So this is method 1. Use the calculator. Okay. And method 2. Okay. Method 2, use the formula. What is the PMT formula? Okay. So I just write down the PMT formula. If you know the future value, it is here. No, this is based on future value. So this one, future is based on present value. So you use this formula here. Oops, I'll show you here. This one here, this is the formula. Okay. So PMT equal to PV times I. Okay. So I will write down here. So the question asks you, what is PMT? PMT equal to PV, present value, times I. Okay, PV times I divided by 1 plus I. 1 plus I raised to power N. Raised to power N minus 1. Okay, and I should erase this little bar here to avoid confusion for the formula. This bar here. Okay, so this is the formula for PMT given present value here. This is the formula. Okay, so now I'm going to, based on this formula, use Excel to facilitate the calculation. Okay, so typing equal PV present value 21,100 PV times I is 10.2% compounded monthly divided by 12, and this number is on numerator, so I put bracket, okay, as numerator. Divided by denominator, you have opening bracket 1 plus I is 10.2%, 10% divided by 12, that is I raised to power n is 132, minus 1, closing bracket. So this is the formula. Okay, so I press enter key. Oops. Do you want to correction? Yes. So I get not the same number, so you will double check. 21,210.2 compounded monthly, 10.2 compounded monthly. So I missed one bracket here, the last one. Missed this bracket here. There is one bracket. Not here. Here. I missed one right bracket. Oops. No. See, I did it wrong again. So this number, double check. Anyone found mistake? 21. Let me check. Okay, give me 1 second. I see. What did I wrong? It's missing the break. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll double check again. See, this is go to screen, then go to here. So where we are, not this question, but question 5. Question 5. 1 minus. I did formula wrong. Okay, see, formula is PV times I 1 minus. Okay. All right. Sorry. So I will erase this one. Thank you. Some students pointing out. Okay. So the formula is PV times I over 1 minus bracket 1 plus I 1 plus I raised to power n. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, double check. See, raised to power negative n. Okay, raised to power negative n, negative n. Okay, so this time should be okay. So I'm going to modify this formula. So on the top it is correct. On the bottom it is 1 minus. Oops. It is 1 minus bracket. Oops. Bracket 1 plus I. I is, what is I? I need to see the numbers, okay? So I is 10.2% divided by 12. I is 10.2% divided by 12. So, and then raised to power negative n. So negative 132. Oops. 132. Closing bracket again. No. So I'm going to redo it all over again. So PV, PMT equal to PV 21, 100. This is PV. PV times I, 10.2% divided by 12. So this is something on the top, okay? On the bottom, divided by bracket, another bracket, no, bracket, 1 minus bracket 1 plus I is 10.2% divided by 12, and this, see, raised to power negative n, negative 132, closing bracket. So this time it is correct, 266. Okay, the formula is here. Okay, any questions? Right. Check if it's the right equation. Yes, service, good suggestion. The right equations, okay. Any other questions? Write the Excel solution. So we did this problem using.
Hello.
Yes, question.
This is Natasha. I'm just questioning. How do you use the power, the negative power on a calculator?
How do you? Can you say your question again?
How do you use to the power at a negative? You see how you have negative n?
Oh, thank you. I will correct that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So how do you use it on a calculator?
How do you get positive number from calculator? Is that your question?
How do you use the negative power on the calculator?
Oh, thank you. How do you use negative power in calculator? Okay, I will clear up everything. Okay, so I'm trying to. The question is, how do you use negative power in calculator? Thank you so much. So I'm going to create a new question. Okay, this question has nothing to do with annuity. Just how do I use negative power in calculator? Is that right? Okay. So suppose you want to calculate. Suppose you want to calculate 2 raised to power negative 3. Suppose you calculate this. Is that what your question, Natasha?
Yes.
Okay, I will give you simple example. Okay, so I'll try.
Yes.
Okay, this calculator, not Excel. Are you asking this calculator, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to find, because this calculator is small. I'm trying to use this real calculator to find where is the exponential the power function. So power raised to power. Where is the power? Oh, okay. Did you see the y raised to x button here?
Yes.
This is the power function. Okay. I'm not sure the sequence. So I'm going to write down 2. Okay. Type into, then I press YX button here, raise to power. Okay. And then because it is negative number, I need to press the bracket, left bracket. And then I type in number 3, negative, closing bracket, and I press equal sign.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. I must not the brackets. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I love your question. Other students ask the question. Okay. So just write down the answer so that you have 0.125. Okay. Make sure you know how to use your calculator. Okay. So I will check. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Do you want to do more questions? Or are there too much? Let me see. Maybe I threw out too much information. How do you know when to use PV? Kaylin, great question. The question is, how do you know when to use PV or FV? PV is the present value. Okay. The question is, how do you know when to use PV and FV? Let's go back to the PV and FV formula you know how to use. Okay. So I'm going to show you the formula. Oops. Okay. The question was, how do you know when to use PV, when to use FV? That is the question. To answer that, you have to know the formula. So this formula is for FV. When you are given PMT, you are given I, you are given N. They're all, so how do you see this formula, the left-hand side or right-hand side, all have three items, PMT, I, and N. How do you know you use FV or you use PV? How do you know? Because right-hand side, they all have PMT, IN, PMT, IN. How do you know use FV or use P? If you have a keyword, what is the discounted value? That is the PV. I will show you example. Okay. If you have keyword accumulated value, that means that value is the future value. So I better answer the question in the context. So let me find some question. Okay, good question, Kayla. I'm going to go to grab question. Oh, okay. See this question here, question 3. What is the discounted value? If you say discounted value, that means what is the present value? Okay, so this one asks you the present value. Now, go to another question. See, what is the discounted value? Means what is the present value? Okay, so now I'm going to give you a question about future value. Okay, I will scroll up. This question, obviously, what is the future value? Okay, you don't worry. So, see, how much money will be in his account? That is what is the future value. How much money will be in his account? That question asks you future value. Okay, so another example. See this question. What will be discount amount to? That asks you future value. What is the future value? What will be the discount amount to? That is what is the future value. Okay, and then so hope that answered your question, Kaylin. I give you some context. Thank you, Kaylin. So another question, but you can speak. She mentioned it in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're like for 11.3 and 11.4, like, are there going to be questions for future value as well? Like we have to use the future value formula?
In section 3, section 4, are you going to use future value as well? Maybe, okay. But okay. Section 4 focus on present value and PMT. But maybe question asks you future value because the content are interconnected. They are interconnected. Everything is connected.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Another question. So I'm going to check the chat message to see if you have some questions. Not divide or back, yes, see the question, sharing the screen, the speech ending. Okay. So any other questions? I'm going to give you one more question. We are going to go through one more question. Maybe we can conclude today's session. Okay. So this question, I will do which question I haven't done. Question 4. Maybe do this question 3. Okay. Everyone see the question? Can someone confirm you can see the question? Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So again, this question, we are going to use 2 methods. One, calculator. Second method, use a formula. Okay. So I'm trying to go slow. try to see the calculation. Okay. The question asks you, what is the discounted value? Means what is the PV of $97? So this one must be PMT. Okay, $97 PMT. Made at the end of every 6 months for 8 years. Every 6 months for 8 years. A year has 2 6 months. So 8 years times 2 equal to 8 multiplied 2 equal to 16. That is N. If interest is 6.2%, compounded semi-annually. Okay. All right, compounded semi-annually. So let's do calculator method first. Okay. So second quit, always begin with the second quit. Okay. And then make sure on top right corner you don't have begin. That means end mode. And then set up PY, second PY equal to 2. Because 1 year you make 2 payments. PY is number of payments per year. Press Enter key. Then use this down arrow key to see CY. CY is 2. Enter key to take effect. And then second quit. So you set up PY equal to 2, CY equal to 2. And then you enter 97. That is negative number, PMT. Okay. 16 is N. 16 is N. Interest is 6.2. 6.2 is the interest, IY. So you enter the 3 numbers, 97, 16, 6.2. You need 4 numbers to enter. What is the next number I should enter? Anyone? I just enter 3 numbers. Excellent. 0 is FV. 0 FV. You need to enter 4 numbers. Remember this on calculator. Okay, 0 FV. And then final step, compute PV. So you get $1,009.16. You see the answer here in front of you here. So this is a calculator method. Okay. And now, what is the formula method? So formula method, you need the formula. What is the formula for PV? Okay. See, this is the formula right in front of you here. PV equal to PMT, 1 minus 1 plus I negative N divided by I. Okay. So I'm going to use this formula for question 3. Use Excel to facilitate the calculation. So equal PMT. This is for question 3, okay? Just adjust the screen. I want you to see the original question. Question 3 and the formula. So I'm just trying to adjust my computer screen. I need to see the formula, okay? And I need to see the question 3. Then I need to see Excel. Perfect. Now I see. Oh, I see. Interest is 6.2 semi-annually. Okay. I have to sacrifice a little bit. Difficult to adjust the screen. Okay. Maybe I'll do it here. Oops. I'll do it here. So equal PMT. PMT is 97 times opening bracket. Another opening bracket is for something on the top. The formula on the top, you put bracket. Okay. So 1 minus bracket 1 plus I is 6.2% divided by 2 because interest is compounded semi-annually. Okay, closing bracket raised to power negative, oops, see, mistake. Here, 1 plus I divided by 2 raised to power bracket negative n, negative 16, closing bracket, and closing bracket on the top. No, it is on the top. Do I have matched bracket? This one is here, something on the top. Do I have this extra bracket? Why I have two? This one is extra bracket. Now they are matched. Okay. And then divide I put bracket. It is 6.2%. Divide 2, closing bracket. Okay. So this is the Excel. The formula is here. Okay. So I type in, I get this number. Okay, correct number. So this is the formula. Okay. Any questions? All right. Let's do a summary for today's lecture. Okay. So this lecture, we calculated the future value of an ordinary simple annuity. We also calculated the present value of simple annuities. And we calculated PMT. There are two formulas for PMT. One formula is given the present value, what is the PMT? And the other formula, if you are given future value, what is PMT? Two formulas for PMT. Okay, and in each question, I use both methods, two methods, one calculator, two formula. Okay, I encourage you to also do two methods, but if you want to just stick to one method, go ahead with your comfort zone. Okay, and those topics covers chapter 11, session 1 to session 4. Session 1 to session 4. Session 1 is some concept and future value of ordinary simple annuities. Okay. Remember, this is a Monday class. We lost 2 Mondays. One is the Labor Day. The other will be maybe reading Thanksgiving Day. So next week, I am going to speed up. Next Monday, I will do week 3, week 4 together, so that our week will match the course outline, week learning activities. Okay. So that is the lecture for today.